Come travel across the ocean and explore the architecture that will amaze your eyes. Come with me to find the mathematics behind each building or structure. Welcome to Budapest, the capital of Hungary. Hungary is located in Central Europe. Budapest is divided into 3 cities that were merged together in 1873, Budapest and Óbuda. The Danube River, the green rectangular figure, divides the Pest side and the Buda side. On the Buda side, you can find the 3rd city that was merged together, which we will not be exploring. We'll be exploring the Buda side that extends hill on the west side of the Danube River and the Pest side. While exploring Budapest, see how mathematics is needed to make these mind-blowing historic structures. Without mathematics, bridges would collapse, skyscrapers wouldn't exist, and buildings wouldn't be safe to live in. Now come along with me and explore the Pest side, where the Parliament building is located. The Hungarian Parliament, known as the Országház, was built in 1885 till 1904. It is a landmark and a symbol of the country, located on the bank of the Danube River on the Pest side. The building layout is symmetrical, the main spaces forming a cross shape, and the dome rising at the intersection between the two. Inside the building, there is 10 courtyards, 13 elevators, 27 gates, 28 staircases, and 691 rooms. One of the famous parts of the building is the 16-sided central hall with the Holy Crown of Hungary that is displayed since 2000. The Parliament was built to face the Danube River that flows in the direction of southeast till it reaches the Black Sea in Romania. The Danube River is the largest river that crosses Hungary at 2,850 kilometers. Now let's go see the Buda side and take a closer look at the Buda Castle. In order to go to the Buda side, we must first cross the Széchenyi chain bridge. When exiting and entering, you see 2 stone lions. The bridge is 375 meters long and 16 meters wide. The span between the pillars measures 202 meters. Fun fact, you might recall this bridge in a Katy Perry music video, Fireworks, or Will Smith climbing the bridge to a Drake song. In mathematics, a parabola is a flat curve to define the group of points that are equal distance from a point and a line, which is seen on a suspended bridge, which Széchenyi Bridge shows clearly. On the Széchenyi Bridge, you can see the Parliament that stands 96 meters tall. It is one of the 2 tallest buildings in Budapest, along with the St. Stephen Basilica. The number 96 refers to the nation's millennium, 1996, and the conquest on the later Kingdom of Hungary in 1896. Buildings surrounding the Parliament on Pest side are not allowed to be built taller than the Parliament according to regulations. The Buda Castle Tunnel, also known as the Buda Vár Alagút, has an arch under the hill. Arches distribute key points in order to support the building structure by pushing the weight in all directions around the opening of the arch. Arches distribute force to the heavier parts of the structure to the ground. The Buda Castle is located on a hill. The castle is more than 300 meters long and has been redesigned throughout the years. It was built in the 13th century to protect the city from the Tatar and the Mongolians, which is why it was built on the hill. In 1541, the Turks took the castle and started to redesign the building. It was demolished and rebuilt in 1714 and 1723. When rebuilding castle structures, mathematics was needed in order to build taller walls. They needed to precisely calculate shapes which supported the weight of the walls. In 1896, it was renovated again by the same architect as the Parliament. Second World War only left one hall intact. Several rooms were saved and renovated, which is part of the Budapest History Museum. In addition to present day, they built a National Széchenyi Library and a National Gallery as well. Now let's travel back to the Pest side to see the second largest building in Budapest, standing at the same height as the Parliament, 96 meters, the St. Stephen Basilica. While we're traveling to the next destination, let's talk about how mathematics is used in architecture. The number one problem architects face is gravity, the problems gravity causes. For example, a tall building needs a heavy base, where the lower floors are made out of a heavier material compared to the higher floors, which are built in with flexible material for barriers such as wind, earthquakes, etc. The top floor can move a little without collapsing. The largest church in Hungary is the St. Stephen Basilica, which we have arrived to, which is named after the first king of Hungary, whose right hand is kept in a glass case in the chapel. The building was built in 1851 and the dome collapsed in 1868 and was completed in 1905. The building can hold up to 8,500 people. In geometry, there are three figures in a plane: the triangle, the circle, the square. The triangle becomes a pyramid. The circle is where a line which points are equal distance from the center. In Budapest, a figure that is built in this shape is the Budapest Eye, which is a Ferris wheel which tourists attract to. This stands 65 meters tall. In the Ferris wheel, it represents 360 degrees. Each cart is equal distance from the center of the Ferris wheel, representing the radius. To find the radius, you would have to divide the denominator by 2, which would approximately be 32.5 meters. To find the circumference of the Ferris wheel, you would need to multiply the denominator by 3.14. In this case, you would multiply 65 by 3.14 to get 204.2 meters. Now continuing on with the polygons, the square becomes a cube in a tridimensional world. The square is the most common shape presented in architecture. Architects have built buildings that are different in each from basic polygons, and they were built into a new shape. Now we are traveling to our last destination. Just an interesting fact, the transportation we are using is the M1 yellow line that we use from traveling to the Basilica to the Hősök, the second oldest underground line in Europe, that was opened in 1896. Arriving to our final destination, Hero Square, known as the Hősök, is a landmark where there are nearly 40 meters high column statues. This monument was built for the 1896 Millennium Celebration. This is when Hungary celebrated its 1000th anniversary. The statues are in a semicircle colonnade surrounded by columns that are statues of Hungarian kings and heroes. Kings and heroes such as King Stephen, which was Hungary's first king. The building surrounding the monument is the Museum of Fine Arts and the Hall of Arts. What stretches behind the monuments is the city park known as Városliget, a well-known park with many attractions. As we reach the end, I hope you see the mathematics is everywhere, especially in architecture.